Hi everybody, my name's Sean. Welcome to my world. I live in Camrose, Alberta. It's Zone 3. It's about an hour south of Edmonton. And I'm about to show you my bonsai collection. Kind of waited too long in the day, but I'm going to make it. Anyways, because I'm leaving for work tomorrow, and I won't be back for 10 days, and all the leaves will be off my trees. So I'm going to show you my trees by species and by size of the pots. This one is the biggest elm tree I have, and we'll just turn around here to show it to you. It's a twin trunk style, as you can see. It's got a pretty decent nabari going on, and it's got some good ramification. That's my biggest pot. Oh, and to give you an idea of the size of it's really leaning over. I'll replant it and prop it up properly next year. I actually have a Hot Wheel to throw in here to give you some sort of scale of the tree. I'll do that with all my trees because some of the pots are pretty small. So yeah. There it is again. That's my biggest one. Let's move on to the next one. These are all in bonsai pots, the ones I'm about to show you. Here's another elm tree. Like I said, I'm going to do them by species and size. And there's the Hot Wheel for the scale. This one was in my yard. You can see where I cut it. All of these trees were in my yard. And I basically just been working on them from that stage. That's a nice bonsai pot. This one, they all need a lot of pruning. They're not show ready, but that is a pretty big trunk for the size of the pot, so I'm pretty happy about that. And that scar will heal up nicely over time, and it'll turn into a very, very nice looking tree. You can see a bit of nabari there. That's the root structure coming out near the base, and I'm pretty happy with that tree. It's doing really well. Here's another elm tree that was in the yard. It was growing so close to the house that I just cut it right here a couple of years ago just to try to stop it from growing. And it just kept on growing. So I put it in the pot this spring. I still haven't got a front for it. Still working on getting it to get healthy. So you can see the leaves are turning yellow. It is the middle of September, September 16th today, 2019. And that one is just a work in progress, like they all are. Alright, here's my next tree, another elm tree. A lot of the leaves are turning on a lot of my bonsai trees. Some of these are still looking really green because of the protection that they've been by the side of the house. Other ones out in the open show a little more signs of aging. Some nice stuff going on with the trunk there. Again, just rough shaping right now, just getting them in pots. I dug all these out of the yard, and to get them in these pots and growing all season was, to me, a success. Here's the last elm tree in the series. I actually did a little bit of wiring on this one, and still needs lots of work. Nice bonsai pot. Those are hard to come by around these parts. And you can see some of my wiring. And again, the carve for scale. That's the last of the elm trees. Now we'll move on to cotoneasters. Alright, here's the first cotoneaster with the carve for scale. It's one of my bigger pots for the cotoneasters. Some of these shoots I'm letting grow out to thicken the tree. Other than that, it's got some pretty good ramification towards the top, and the trunk is looking really good too. Alright, on to the next one. Here's another cotoneaster. Put the car outside the pot, And this one's just covered in moss. It's actually a really nice tree. Just needs more work, of course. She's looking pretty good. Here's my next Cotoneaster. See how the pots are getting smaller and smaller. This one's got some good basic shape started. And I really like this curved branch right here. That's going to be pretty cool as it matures. Here's another nice tree I have going. I've been growing this one for a while. Can't really tell because of the ramification, but shortened the tree right there, shortened it here, and it's getting some pretty good root structure. I guess eventually this will be the front somewhere around here. Not too concerned about that right now. Same size pots as the last one. It's Cotoneaster. It's all one tree. It's buried under here. It's going to be pretty wicked when I remove it. Expose more of the trunk. Alright, on to the next one. Here's another Cotoneaster. Okay, here's some of the trees that I don't have in bonsai pots yet, but it doesn't matter. They're still potted trees, which is in effect bonsai, or bonsai. You can see how they're turning a beautiful red. And it's just recorded on my Samsung, which is but yeah, they're pretty nice trees. A few more to show you. Here's a spruce tree that I've been growing for quite a while. Doesn't seem like it, but it's twin trunk style. And it needs a lot of work still. But that tree is actually one of my oldest spruce trees. And it's in a big bonsai pot. Not really suited for it, but it's going to stay there until it's ready to be moved. Here's my last one in a bonsai pot. It's actually, it's called a Manitoba maple or a box elder. That came out of the ground this year, and I'm pretty happy with it. It's got some branch structure growing. It's going to be heavily modified. 20 years, you won't even recognize this tree. Here's 3 more trees, Cotoneaster, all in temporary pots. This one has quite a small trunk on it compared to this one. It's doing pretty good. And here's the third one. Those will be pot ready in a year or two. And there's the card for scale. Just get them in pots. All these trees were grown in my yard. All grown wild. Either I planted them or they got caught up in the lawnmower sooner or later. Alright, here's the last one I'm going to show you tonight. Besides in the yard, I just wanted to show you something. Found a 4-leaf clover by my favorite tamarack. So this is zone 3 growing. All these trees are grow in Alberta. All All these came out of my yard this year. Doesn't look like it. Well, I actually bought this one in Medicine Hat. Rocky Mountain juniper. All kinds of maples, elm trees. There's a trunk on that one. Good ramification, which is branch structure. Here's a nice maple I dug up in the yard, but I don't think it's going to make it. I think it overwatered. I bought this cotoneaster. Normally I don't buy them. Dug up this pine tree. It's doing pretty good. All these more elm trees and some maples. That's a nice twin trunk. It's going to be a nice one when I get it ready. And I just wanted to show you my favorite tamarack trees right here. This one's going in a pot next year. I don't know if you can notice, but right here. Nice 4-leaf clover. Another tamarack. It'll always be in pots in the coming year. And that's it. Thanks for joining me on my trip into my bonsai world. See you in the winter spring when I start pruning the elm trees and the maples. Oh, here's some more bonsai I have. Birch. So the pine tree, it's not doing too bad. Needles on it are tiny. And that is a pine. Willow. That willow tree I've had for a little while. It's a nice thick elm tree. Needs work up top. Beautiful color in the fall. There's some more spruce trees. Did this one in a forest planting type of thing. Haven't had much luck with spruce. Alright, thanks for watching.